Oh, hello there. What brings you in today? Are you looking for enchanted items? Looking to learn spells? Or could I interest you in some tea and stories? Oh, tea you say? How about trying a rose-infused Darjeeling? It's bright, calming, and extremely good for relaxation. Oh, there's my assistant. Perfect timing.
I am not your assistant. Why do you keep bringing me here?
I need assistance in providing entertainment for the lovely guests.
I'm gonna tell Mom.
Oh, wait!
Oh, hey guys. I'm Natural Wizard, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's episode, we have a very special guest, none other than my sister, Madame Macabre.
Hey everybody!
And today we will be going into the subreddit of r/IDontWorkHereLady.
Oh boy, this'll be a new one for me.
Yes, so be prepared for the confusion. So I will be starting it off with a post titled, "Do I look like I work here?" Wait, don't answer that. So a bit about me. For several years, I worked for a local railroad on the East Coast. I shared a story about an incident at this railroad in another subreddit, and that reminded me of a rather funny story from my time working for the company. Okay, so a little background here. The industrial railroad section I operated served a rather large port, and a handful of smaller, relatively speaking, building materials companies, including a couple of those big box types, Big Blue and Big Orange, whatever that means. And about once a week, I was tasked with putting a carload or two, sometimes three, of lumber and various large building materials in a siding that ran up to a dock behind one of the two big box stores. I think it was a Big Orange, but don't hold me to that, and alongside the parking lot. Since we operated with a RCO, Remote Control Operation System, I would often find myself standing in odd places watching the movement of the train while I got things positioned and whatnot. My uniform is key to the story. Battered blue jeans, steel-toe boots, long-sleeved shirt, hard hat, sunglasses, and most importantly of all, a bright reflective vest which I wore over the shirt. Oh, and the belt pack, which had all the controls for the train slung over my chest hanging at the belt area. So, I looked nothing like the usual employee of this particular store. One hot summer day, I found myself fighting with a car whose pin simply refused to drop, got stuck up, and no amount of shaking it or cursing was going to change that. So, being the intrepid sort, I decided that some percussive maintenance was in order. Yeah, I was going to beat the snot out of that thing. That would teach it a lesson. Heading into the store, I made my way to the hardware area to find the heaviest small sledgehammer I could. That's where the stupidity begins, and it only gets worse. I head down to pick up the hammer I need, only to have a lady poke me on the shoulder.
Where are the spanners?
Oh, wrench. You mean wrenches? I don't know. Around here somewhere.
Well, where around here?
Dunno. Probably next aisle over. With that, I turned and walked off. The lady not impressed by such action, it would seem.
Aren't you going to show me? You have to show me.
No, I don't. Find someone that actually works here. They can help you. I figured that was that, though the lady kept following me up front. I paid with my card, took the hammer, and started walking back through the store in the direction of the dock area. An area off limits to customers, I might add. The whole time, this lady kept following me, and repeating over and over again the mantra of,
"You have to help me."
This quickly evolved into,
"If you don't help me, I'm getting you fired."
I really didn't care at this point. Walking out onto the dock and then down to track level, I overheard something of a commotion behind me and only caught some snippets of it. I assumed that it was a manager of some sort explaining I didn't work there, but honestly don't know. It took a good 15 minutes of banging away on the pin to finally get it to drop. That meant I was all set to go, right? Oh, wait. Turning to climb from between the cars, I come face to shoe with a pair of police officers looking down at me with some very severe looks, and a couple employees watching me curiously. The cops looked ready to shoot me, smack me, or just put a good beat down on me, when one spoke.
"Leave the hammer where it is, and come up here to explain just what you were doing."
My job. I work for railroad name.
Uh-huh.
Not sounding like he believed it.
And what were you doing there?
Rusty coupling pin. I had to hammer it back into place.
We got a report about someone vandalizing or breaking railroad property.
At this point, I pointed to the letters on my vest that spelled out the railroad's name, the belt control pack I was wearing, and produced my company identification. Even made the horn blat for them with the belt control pack. This happened to satisfy the officers, who turned and walked in the direction of where a couple of the employees were. And the lady from before. I didn't hear what they said, but from the way the lady scuttled away, I got the impression that the officers had, as we say where I'm from, put the fear of God in her. So yeah, Lady assumes I work for the big box place, then realizes I don't. In an effort to get some petty revenge on me, she calls the cops on me. It's not very effective. Oh, okay, that adds up, lady.
Excuse me, officers. There's some guy in railroad uniform banging away on a train. I think he's destroying and vandalizing it.
Okay, but just like, imagine the kind of ego you have to have where you are so wrong, but you cannot accept being wrong. So you literally call the cops and make up some shenanigans just so you don't look stupid. Surprise, lady, you look even more stupid now.
And then, what do? You scurry off after the cops get the facts straight. Good job, lady. Alright, we'll move on to the next one, and I will pass it along to Madame Macabre.
Okay, what fresh hell is next? This one is called Attack at Shoppers Drug Mart. This is my first ever post, so I apologize if I have bad formatting. I've been reading without an account for a couple years, and after today, I needed to make a post. This post could also border into r/entitled parents, and it's not that long, but anyway, here we go. I am a 15-year-old girl, and I look my age for the most part. I was at Shoppers Drug Mart with my mom today, and I was helping her get shampoo from a shelf she couldn't reach. I'm about 5'6", and my mom is much taller, but she couldn't reach the shelf because of a setup. I put it in the cart and wanted to go to a different store. Our Shoppers is at the mall, so it's connected to the other shops. I was about to walk into the corridor when I heard a loud ahem behind me.
Where are you going?
To the local jewelry store? I was really confused because this lady seemed pissed, and there was no reason I had to stay in Shoppers.
You can't leave, you're on shift.
Apparently I didn't respond fast enough, and she cut me off before I was about to speak.
Why aren't you in uniform? Where is your name tag? I am going to have a word with your manager. I'm going to get you fired. Millennials always screw up what they're supposed to do.
I was trying to answer her questions. I'm not in uniform because I don't work here. I don't have a name tag because I don't work here. And you can't talk to my manager because I don't work here. My parka is from the company Roxy, and it's embroidered on the arm. My parka is bright pink, and all the employees were in blue shirts, so I don't know why she thought it was my name tag. I'm turning to leave again when I hear,
Roxy, I will have you fired and charged for harassment.
I'm just walking out into the corridor because I didn't know she was talking to me. I had almost escaped when I hear a really shrill scream. I turn back around and there's this girl, maybe 18 or 19, and she is crying and stomping like a toddler.
I can't reach the perfumes.
Entitled mother.
You heard the girl. Unlock the cabinet.
The perfumes are locked in a glass case because of the price and the fact that some people in my city huff things like that. I would if I had a key. Go get an employee to unlock it. The woman grabs a lotion from a sales bin and squeezes it all over herself and the floor. I've been having a really bad past few weeks and I was at a breaking point. So I started crying in the middle of Shoppers Drug Mart while a middle-aged woman lay down in a puddle of lotion and screamed that I punched her. I am way too small to have punched her, let alone knocked her over. She was half a foot taller than me and at least 150 pounds heavier. At this point, the cashier from the meds counter walked over, a really kind lady who's like a grandma. The dumb brat walks over to me and starts screaming in my face about how I gave her mother a heart attack. The entitled mom is flailing in a pool of lotion. The dumb brat is shrieking at me and keeps pushing me around, and the cashier is trying to get a hold of mall security. Everyone is watching at this point, which makes me cry harder, but I still can't see my mom. Then, the whole left side of my face starts burning and I fall back. When I look up, like 2 seconds later, the dumb brat is held down by a teenage cashier, and the elderly cashier is making sure I'm okay while on the phone with the cops. My mom comes into view, thank God. My mom is normally shy, so when she went mama bear on the entitled mother, I was very relieved. She was cussing this lady out left and right. Turns out that this was the mother and older sister of a really creepy guy from school who's been following me around for the past few years, and they were trying to make me go out with him. I still ended up getting earrings from the jewelry store, though, and the entitled mother was charged $40 for the lotion she wasted. Oh my god. A grown woman just pouring lotion on herself. Like, I get, this is a 15-year-old, so, okay, she's upset and she's emotional, but if it were me, I would just start laughing at this grown woman just flopping around like a fish out of water, just like, it puts the lotion on the skin, Helen.
Ah, I've been assaulted with lotion. There's lotion everywhere. Ah, help me. Ah.
Lady, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you can pretend you got assaulted without spraying lotion everywhere, okay? Okay. Alright, well, that's about it for this one. Let's jump to the next one.
Alrighty, this next one is called Crazy Racist Lady at Walmart. Oh boy, this will be fun. To set the stage, I'm Middle Eastern by ethnicity, but I live in USA. I was going to Walmart to pick up some supplies for the local school. They don't get much funding, so teachers usually pay out of pocket to supply kids with supplies, and I have a pretty good salary, so I decided to help them out. I'm making my way to the section with school supplies. A random person on the way there asked me if I knew where to get pencils, so I told them I was headed that way and they could follow me. I noticed Crazy Lady kind of following me from a distance, but I didn't think much of it. When we got to the school supplies, Crazy Lady approached me.
Stop shopping on your work time and show me where to buy laundry detergent.
Huh? What? I agree it wasn't the best response, but she caught me off guard.
You're so rude with customers. You need to get fired immediately.
At this point, she's yelling for the manager, and I could tell a random person was feeling uncomfortable. I'm sorry, ma'am, but could you lower the tone of your voice? I don't work here, and you're making other people uncomfortable. We can talk this out with quieter voices. Hits me with her purse.
Dogs like you shouldn't be allowed in our country. I'm sure you came here illegally to spread your terrorist religion.
I'm Christian, by the way. Random person. That's racist. At this point, another employee had heard her yelling, and she was making a scene, so they had gotten the manager to come over. What's the problem?
This turd stain employee of yours refuses to do his job and help me. I want him fired on the spot.
I've never seen this man in my life.
I can't believe you're defending this lazy dog. I want to speak to corporate.
Crazy Lady kicks a display down. I'm gonna ask you to leave before I call the police. She eventually reluctantly leaves in a huff. To me, I'm really sorry you had to experience this. Can you tell me what happened? I tell him why I came to Walmart and explain the whole story. To show my apologies, you can take the school supplies for free. I was able to get all the school supplies for the children that I needed without paying a dime. I'm actually shook by my interaction with the crazy racist lady, but also by the generosity of the manager. Come on now, lady, you don't have to be racist. All of the different races and religions we have in this country is what makes America great to begin with. So the fact that you think
dogs like him shouldn't be allowed in the country
is pretty problematic to our society. So do us all a favor, please, and stop being racist.
Also, awfully bold of her to be calling anyone else a dog when she's running around yapping at people and trashing displays. She's the one that seems pretty animalistic to me. Okay, well, it looks like there's just one more left, so I think I'll take this one. Okay, this one is called, I'll See All of You in Court Then. I was in year 8 at the time. I was 15, and I went to the local supermarket with my mom. The uniform there was a red polo shirt with their logo on it and plain black pants. I was wearing something similar with black pants and a red shirt. Big difference was that my shirt had a big ol' Adidas logo on the front. So I was going around the supermarket helping my mom get things when we went up to the counter to pay, and my mom had forgotten something, so she asked me if I could go get it, which I did. As I was grabbing what she wanted, I think it was like tomato paste or something, someone starts saying, "Excuse me," behind me and aggressively tapping on my shoulder. I turn around and see a Karen. This is pretty much what happened. "Finally, you have been ignoring me this entire time. Now get this stuff for me. I need to get it here," she says as she hands me a list of about 15 items. "Oh, sorry, I don't work here. There are employees up front who could help you, though." "Cut it out. I know you work here. Look at what you're wearing."
And I saw you doing everything for that lady. So just get my list.
No, I don't work here. That lady was my mom, and the uniform has a logo on it, not Adidas.
That is baloney. This customer service is terrible. I want to see your manager. Good luck finding a new job once I tell him you've been picking favorites.
She then proceeds to go around the shop until she finds an actual employee.
Show me to the manager. This child has been slacking on the job. I want him fired.
Ma'am, he doesn't work here. He's just another customer.
Baloney! He's wearing your uniform. Now show me to the manager, or else I'll get you fired as well.
The employee then guides her over to the manager, with me following close behind so I can see what happens. Hey, manager, this lady wants to speak with you.
This employee of yours has denied to do his job and claimed he doesn't even work here. All the while he was helping another woman the entire time. I demand you fire him.
Ma'am, I can fire a lot of people, but I can't fire a customer. He doesn't work here, and I'm gonna have to ask you to leave now.
I'll see all of you in court then.
Then she left. I thankfully never saw her again, and also I didn't get sued. I still see the manager around every now and then, and we just have a laugh about it. I didn't think someone could be so stubborn. I also never got the tomato paste. I get old people vibes from this lady. I say this, I know a lot of these stories can sound fake, but I have personally, myself, encountered a lot of really old ladies who act just like this at stores, threatening to sue and all. Lady, just do your own shopping or use an app. There's apps now that let you pay people to do it for you. Come on.
Oh, and yes, this 15-year-old in normal clothes is definitely an employee because he was helping his mom get items. Yes, that makes sense. I wonder if this lady mistakes every other kid at a supermarket for an employee because they were helping their parents shop. But anyway, this video's running a little bit long, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. So yeah, there were some interesting stories and some very interesting people. But now we must come to a close.
Hope you guys enjoyed those wacky, wild tales, and hopefully y'all never have to live through any of that yourselves.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our time with Madame Macabre. I'm sure we will be doing another collaboration in the future, so don't worry about that. So, thank you all so much for watching and spending some time with me. And as always, don't forget your tea before you go.
Bye-bye!